Well, Nike, the new uniform supplier for Major League Baseball, released the jersey designs for next season.
And they are not setting well with some baseball fans. That kicks off the buzz today. So take a look. As you can see, the jerseys now feature the famous Nike swoosh on the front. Some fans bash the placement on Twitter, saying it should have a less prominent position, maybe on the sleeve. They use such words as tacky, terrible, awful, lame, and dumb to describe the look. Nike took over as the MLB uniform supplier from Majestic Athletic, which had the contract since 2004. Majestic Athletic had its logo on the sleeves. In the NFL, the Nike swoosh is also on the sleeve. Despite the pushback, USA Today predicts fans will eventually get used to the logo on the front.
You know what surprises me about this whole thing? Men don't talk about fashion or what they're wearing to work, but you bring up uniforms in any sport and they are very passionate about it, one way or the other.
I would have never known that. Would have never noticed the difference. But
and now that you pointed out, particularly like on the Yankees jersey, that is so iconic. It does look a little out of place.
That's true, yeah. But kind of like they said, with anything, people get used to it. I mean, remember when they changed the UK logo?
Oh, I know,
and we were kind of all up. A lot of us were kind of up in arms, like, why would you change it? It looks so weird. I don't think anything of it now. So it's just kind of like anything. We will get used to it, and I'm sure it'll be okay.
Exactly. And we're used to the Nike swoosh or in college basketball and their uniforms. I think it's right on front. So Well, they is Merriam-Webster's word of the year. The American English Dictionary says searches for the non-binary pronoun have increased by 313% in the last year. The definition of they as a non-binary pronoun was added to the 3 other separate definitions of the word in September. According to the dictionary's senior editor, pronouns are among the English language's most commonly used words, and in the past year, more people searched for the proper usage of they. In September, British singer-songwriter Sam Smith, who recently came out as non-binary, asked to be referred to as they or them. Other terms that were widely searched in 2019 were quid pro quo, impeach, crawdad, and egregious. I don't know about the crawdad. I don't know where that
came from. But, you know, when I first saw this story, I was like, it has to be quid pro quo. It has to be quid pro quo. I can hardly say it. It's hard to get that word out. But, it's not surprising. But I think that's, I mean, like, it seems like all those words are indicative of what's going on in the world.
That's true.
So it makes sense.
I was an English major, though, and this is hard for me. You know, it's just ingrained in me that they is a plural pronoun.
Because if you can use his or her, if that's appropriate to use, then you don't use they, because then you're talking plural. So
but there isn't a great word for it. I get that, the pronoun one, if one feels this way, but that's kind of hard to use. I know the language is living and breathing, but it's hard for me. It's hard.
All right, that does it for the Buzz today.
More traffic and weather coming your way next on LEX 18 News at